Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. We've arrived along Orange Blossom Trail at Camping World Stadium here in beautiful Orlando, Florida. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. That's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Starting field position for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up. And you can tell, QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Gossett. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And the Vols want to move quickly. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The Vols trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for this offense. Using his feet. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown ball! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Finding themselves themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just...
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy, man. He is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
Finds a man in the middle. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and plays breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away. The defense took advantage with the interception.
They'll run it from the gun. Trying to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Gossett. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. The short hands, it's Gossett. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we are ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Trying play action. Right down the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Finally brought down. But what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position when to return.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their off.
He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the point after is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, a gigantic collision of top 5 teams, and it is now a final. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other could have a case for the #1 spot in America, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they always got some space. Running through contact. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Volunteers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Throwing right. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Got his man to the left. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the balls are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Flying out to the left. Touchdown! And how about this defense taking one back to the house?
And how about this defense making plays? Not only do you force the fumble, the awareness to scoop it up. Understand the difference between trying to jump on it, but pick it up and make a play. They make a play, and this offense, they have not put together a lot of scoring drives, and now they give up points on the other end. They got to get it together.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. Bust through behind his pad. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Let's take a minute to talk about Merrill. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Here comes the option. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that.
They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense picks it up. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, and they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. They were rolling with the option, and the quarterback kept it, but he couldn't hang on to the football.
I'm impressed with this defense. They are locked in defending the option.
He unleashes a long one. And here's the third interception of the night. Got room on the return. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. The option look. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. The quick out. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Off play action. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the 1st half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Off the play fake on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. He goes out of bounds. No time remaining on the clock, and that'll do it for the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Terrapins will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. happens here. Offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what...
He's going for the big play. He's got it for a big play. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. They're going back to the ground. Defense storming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football. Knocking it out and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Quarterback flicks it ahead quickly to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Now on 2nd down. On the option. He'll pitch it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Man, and that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So here is the Tennessee offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they...
Breaks into the open. Changing on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away, see where he's at, break on the football. 4 angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage. Some nice yards after the catch.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. play action fake. Quarterback now breaking the field. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Now he's looking to throw it. Hauls it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Takes a hit as he fires. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year. And he comes up with a massive play right there.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Off play action on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. Touchdown Volunteers! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Well, you can't get momentum in the game any better than they just did. Defensively, you get the turnover. Right away, your offense jogs on the field. You take a shot deep, you hit it for a touchdown. They've got a lot of explosive playmakers on this offense. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Missouri came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He has the first and still on his feet. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Line gets set, 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Outside the pocket, let's go. Wide open downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Here's the handoff. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Terrapins come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. Makes the grab on the left. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
Really nice job of awareness on 1st down that time by the defender. He sees it thrown, he's able to knock it down for the incompletion.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off the play fake. Looking to scramble. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! They move on top here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Caught behind the line. It's Gossett. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Got a man. It's Clemens. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. The Vols want to crank the tempo. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun to give, looking for room. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. At the 28. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's looking deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, passing.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Gossett. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They'll go right back to it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback keeper. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
A nice luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
They'll run play action. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Gossett. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He'll take it himself. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. He's looking to throw. Touchdown ball! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
What a great job by the quarterback. He had to be pinpoint accurate on that touchdown pass, giving his offense the lead here with just seconds to go in the game.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. All wideouts, no backs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now sliding to his left. He wants a big play here late. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Bringing it back. And what a way for this defense to end it. A pick as time runs out. Now I'll close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.